Thank you for the opportunity to be here today to share insights into the energy efficiency project undertaken for Chifley Tower, Sydney, which has resulted in its recognition as the CTBUH 2015 Performance Award recipient. A huge honour for us all. Chifley Tower is located in the financial and legal hub in the Sydney Central Business District and has always been considered one of Sydney's premium corporate addresses. In fact, one of the premium addresses in the country. It is unique and iconic in Sydney, given its prominent location, its Art Deco architecture, and the abundance of quality materials and finishes. Chifley Tower has spectacular views over Sydney Harbour, the Opera House, and the Royal Botanic Gardens. It is located close to bus, train, and ferry public transport options, and provides ready road access to the Sydney Harbour Tunnel, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and the Eastern Distributor Motorway. Chifley Tower and Plaza, designed by Cone Pedersen Fox in association with Travis McEwen and partners, was completed in 1992 and the retail plaza in 1994. The property was developed by Alan Bond of America's Cup fame and later Australian corporate infamy, and Japanese construction giant Kumagai Gumi. Chifley Tower features 65,000 square metres of premium office space over 42 tenanted floors within its 244 metre height, with a significant retail plaza of over 5,000 square metres accommodating some 30 plus retailers. The property was acquired by the real estate arm of the Government Investment Corporation of Singapore in 2006, with JLL being the appointed property manager since 2002. As a premium corporate office in the Sydney Business District, Chifley has always attracted blue chip national and international tenants, drawn by the location, vistas and levels of amenity. International firms such as UBS, Morgan Stanley and Investec have long been tenants of the property, as has local firm BT. The occupancy rates for Chifley Tower have been greater than 70% for more than a decade. Since 2008, occupancy has dipped below 80% just once, and currently it is at 86% after 18 months of solid leasing success following a number of difficult years in the Sydney market. The strong occupancy levels belie the fact that Chifley was facing an increasingly difficult environment in the Sydney market, the major commercial office market in Australia. From the mid-2000s, the perception of Chifley as a premium corporate address was beginning to wane due to its poor energy efficiency, a zero-star NABERS energy rating, elevated operating costs and declining plant reliability. The Australian market embraced environmental sustainability for the built environment in the mid-2000s. Over the past decade, almost all premium and A-grade property has enjoyed significant investment to drive improved environmental performance and hence formal ratings, which are mandatory in the Australian market. Chifley was falling well behind. Its established competition with generally reporting ratings of 4+ stars, NABERS Energy, and all premium and A-grade developments were committed to ratings of 5+ stars. In a declining economy with enhanced corporate awareness of social responsibility and the environment, other accommodation options offered greater appeal than Chifley. While most corporates in the Australian market do seek accommodation in properties with good environmental credentials, Chifley's lustre was dimming at this time. Yet this wasn't a concern for all. The expatriate local head of a global investment bank did declare to us at the time, our number one priority is to make money. Saving the planet is someone else's responsibility. The environmental performance rating system that applies in Australia is NABERS, the National Australian-Built Environment Rating System. In its entirety, NABERS is comparable to LEEDs. What started as a voluntary system became essential in 2010 as mandatory disclosure legislation, which dictates that any commercial building subject to lease or sale activity must have a formal and a publicly disclosed NABERS energy rating, which must also appear on all marketing collateral. NABERS rating systems also exist for water, waste and indoor air quality, yet only the energy rating is compulsory at present. NABERS is now a 0 to 6 star rating system with formal ratings measured in half-star increments. Formal NABERS energy ratings must be assessed on an annual basis by independent certified assessors. Set in this context, while its competitors could market 4 stars and greater NABERS energy performance, Chifley was publicly declaring a 0 star rating. The owner, GIC, recognised that to remain as a competitive and viable accommodation option in the Sydney premium office market, that action was required. In 2008, work commenced to develop the Chifley Roadmap to establish the plan to upgrade the building services and the amenities of the property. It was well recognised that sustainability initiatives must be a key feature of the roadmap to improve the energy performance of the property and reduce its environmental footprint, to achieve a NABERS energy rating of at least 4.5 stars, and to improve the market perception of the property and drive its desirability as a corporate address. An ecologically sustainable development report, upgrade report, was developed in 2009 in partnership with ESD consultants Exergy Australia, which detailed the scope of building infrastructure to be considered for upgrade. This was a far-ranging, complex and highly detailed body of work. Through 2010, detailed design, project scope development and selective market procurement activities were undertaken, as was highly granular performance modelling of all subsystems of both the existing and also the future infrastructure. The project scope was determined on the basis of viability, accessibility and return on investment in pursuit of the improved performance and ratings objectives. Following the extensive pre-work, on-site construction works commenced in mid-2011. The final scope of the upgrade project featured the installation of centralised chilled water plant incorporating 1 small and 3 large capacity centrifugal chillers, a new condenser water system of 5 cooling towers, conversion of the 42 tenancy floors from floor-by-floor distributed condenser water cooled units, and for 15 of those floors which were untenanted and accessible, they were completely refurbished and were converted to a 5-zone chilled water supplied air handling system structure. For 27 floors which weren't accessible because they were occupied, the existing units were converted to chilled water units. We were set to upgrade to a new Honeywell building management system, incorporating Energy Manager and NABERS tracking system with a real-time SCADA system interface. We implemented new optimised control strategies, mechanical systems were upgraded, ventilation systems were upgraded through the property. We replaced a few air-cooled chillers which were in service to provide redundancy for tenant services. We upgraded the 28 lifts, the motors and controls to variable frequency AC regenerative drives, upgraded the tenancy floor lighting, which in essence halved the nominal power density for lighting for each of those floors, upgraded the car park and back of house lighting, installed a new C-bus lighting control system, converted domestic hot water from electric to gas-fired units, and an enhanced metering system was implemented to provide greater granularity of measurement of subsystem energy use. The planning and implementation of the project works had to be undertaken in consideration that the property was occupied and in full operation, with the landlord contractually bound to honour quiet enjoyment rights that the tenants possess under lease. Major tenants support mission-critical operations from their Chifley premises, such as trading floors, and the property still had space to lease, and thus the leasing campaign remained active. We had to sell the dream and ensure that we delivered on the promise. Given these challenges and the imperative to ensure that the project objectives were met, key decisions were made and actions performed to underpin success. These included the engagement of a panel of industry experts, consultants, project and property managers who, with the owner GRC, operated in a formal project control group structure. The performance of extensive project planning, procurement management, risk management and detailed delivery planning. The establishment of a transparent peer review program to critique design and control strategies, and the constant evaluation and comparison of theoretical design model performance to actual performance at discrete substation level. And the result? Lots of shiny new plant, providing modern, reliable infrastructure for the next phase of the Chifley life cycle. But how does the plant and equipment perform to enable the project objectives to be achieved? In terms of electricity consumption and CO2 emissions, a 55% reduction was achieved in comparison to the 2008 baseline, and this has continued to improve through 2015. This correlates to an annual reduction in greenhouse gas emissions of over 10,000 tonnes. Using 2014 electricity tariffs, expenditure in comparison to the 2008 baseline was decreased by $838,000 and just under $13 per square metre in terms of operating costs, which represents a saving on building operating expenses of more than 6% in comparison to the no action scenario. This represents a significant saving to tenant occupancy costs at Chifley and improves its competitiveness in the market. And from a public disclosure perspective, and most importantly, to boost the marketability of Chifley within its Sydney premium property cohort, in January 2015, Chifley was independently certified as performing to 4.5-star NABERS energy level. While recently completed premium properties do have higher ratings, this result sees Chifley well placed within the established property market. And even our investment banker was pleased with the result. A further sign of the success of the project, especially in terms of planning and implementation, is the level of occupant satisfaction that was achieved during the period of the project. The occupants of the property are surveyed annually across a broad spectrum of criteria relating to property services, its performance, its amenities, and the property's management. While satisfaction dipped below 80% during the height of the works, the results remained solid and rebounded in 2014. The 2015 results have just been received and they show a further improvement again over the 2014 results. While the main project is being completed, the focus remains on the performance of the property and efforts continue to secure further improvements. Energy Action, previously known as Exergy Australia, continues to monitor the energy performance of all subsystems of Chifley on a daily basis, identifying out of normal bounds plant operation and performance, which enables early intervention by the on-site team. Performance reports are produced and tabled on a monthly basis, including detailed analysis of subsystem performance and monthly NABERS energy tracking. As of the September 2015 report, Chifley performed at 5.1 stars for the month and at 4.7 stars for the rolling 12 months. Yet the official rating remains at 4.5 stars at present. Plans are in place for a number of projects to be implemented at Chifley to continue the refresh of the infrastructure, now with more of a focus on life cycle and reliability than on energy efficiency. A standing plan in place will see the upgrade and conversion of the remaining 27 tenancy floors as they become available, which will theoretically deliver a half-star uplift in performance over time. Through the ongoing performance monitoring of systems, plant and equipment, further opportunities will be sought for control and operational optimisation in pursuit of a realistic target of a 5-star NABERS energy rating. We are proud of what has been achieved with the Chifley Energy Efficiency Project, not only for the fine results achieved that reinforce Chifley as a viable corporate address, but also because of the example it sets on the world stage for what can be accomplished in an established ageing asset. With stakeholder focus, selection of the best professionals and prudent investment, established assets can deliver high performance and energy efficient operation. In our view, while the development of highly efficient commercial property is of course mandatory, greater good can be achieved through improving the performance and energy efficiency of the world's established property stock. Chifley's success is a testament to what can be achieved. The success of the project, Chifley project, and consequential recognition with the CTBUH Performance Award is due to the vision, dedication and commitment of many stakeholders, namely the property owner, GIC, the JLL property management team, and in this regard, most specifically, Phil Pereira, our engineering services manager, who dedicated many years to the property and this project and who overwhelmingly contributed to its success. Unfortunately, Phil could not be here today for his contribution to be acknowledged in person. And of course, we thank our talented team of consultants and contractors displayed here. Many thanks to all of them for their outstanding contribution. So thank you for the opportunity to provide you some insight into Chifley and our successful energy efficiency project. Thank you.